Hello guys, welcome back to my channel X. Today I am going to start a new subject of GTU PPS, Programming for Problem Solving. In this series of videos, I will be teaching C programming completely from scratch so that even beginners can follow along easily. We will start with the basic and gradually move towards problem solving and practical coding concepts. So without wasting any time, let's continue with our today's lecture. Directly going to programming language or coding. Before that, we must understand the system on which or the platform on which we are going to perform our operations, programs or coding. Mainly system is divided into two parts, hardware and software. We all know about what is hardware and what is software. I will give quick revision about this, that hardwares are the physically machineries like laptop, like keyboards, CPU, mouse, etc., which we can touch are called hardware. Uh, in the same way, software are the operations or functions which operates on the hardware and can be displayed on monitor are called softwares. Next is input or output. Input is defined as the data or values which will enter or give to the softwares so that we can get perfect output or the output which we desire, and the output is the final answer of the program which we are running. Next is the CPU. We all know that between input and output many programs run, many operations are performed. The all operations which are performed on the computer or inside the computer is basically done by the brain of the computer, which is CPU, Central Processing Unit. Moving on to the next topic, hardware architecture. As we discussed about hardware, but what is the architecture or the schema of the hardware? How it is practically shown in the real life. So, the components, this figure, components of computer, describes how hardware's architecture is actually built. Next, in first is input unit. Input unit is the unit where we apply our data or give data or values to the computer for further processing. Next is our control unit. Control unit is the unit where which handles the data flow and the how data will be manipulated for the betterment and for the effective generation of the output. Next is ALU. What is an ALU? ALU is simply a algorithmic and logic unit. Is simply an algorithmic logic unit. It is used because in certain programs like finding even values, prime number, Fibonacci series, many mathematical operations are required. For that purpose, ALU is used. It is also used for uh, logical operations and arithmetical operations. Next is memory, internal memory, main memory, and memories are the unit where our data is stored, and the storage is the place or the extensions or the disk where our data is permanently or non-permanently or temporarily stored. For example, HDD, SSD are the example of storage devices um, stored in our or built in our laptops or computers. This whole schema forms uh, this whole schema is built on a board which is called motherboard, and all the components are of this all the components of these are um, combined with or assembled, forming a device called CPU, central processing unit. And after our data is processed, it gives output which is shown on monitor, printer or speaker, etc. through a output unit. Okay. Next we will discuss about types of softwares. There are mainly three types of softwares. First is system software. Uh, System softwares are basically platform or the inbuilt softwares which every device like laptops, computer, MacBook has primarily built. Examples like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, where we can run our applications, are called system software. Next to our application software and programming software. Application softwares. Application softwares are the software where each software performs specific tasks, like a notepad. Notepad is used for writing text or storing data, while Chrome is used for web searching. Uh, Microsoft PowerPoint is used for making presentations, etc. The last, the programming software. This is a software mainly used by the developer in the field of developing programs. Uh, it has certain specific applications like compiler, editors, IDEs, integrated development environment, where we can code or we can perform our logical imaginations through codes. So these three are the types of softwares. Next is our programming language. What is a programming language? It is a simple translation uh, of our imagination or um, a programming language can be defined as a formal language used to write instructions through to a computer by which it can understand and execute. It allows humans us to communicate with computers by giving step-by-step commands to perform specific tasks like calculation, data processing, and problem solving. Next is our there are different levels of communication, levels of languages. First is a low level language. Basically, what is a low level language? Low language is a type of programming language oftenly used by machines hardware and provide little or no abstractions from the computer's architecture. Simply we can say that let's take an example. If I want to input some data like name or Shravan, it is computer doesn't understand alphabeticals, signs or languages. So the name Shravan is converted into binary language, which is made of zeros and one, and this language communicate with the machinery hardwares and gives output. So this is it is a very low level language and highly complex language than others. Next is our high level language. It is also a type of programming language where human can easily write, read, or understand. Like in, let's take an example in Python. It doesn't have semicolons at at the end of every functions, like other languages like C, C++ does has, which make it easier and user-friendly language. We doesn't we does not have to code much or uh, have to complain about the syntax error. Next is our scripting language. It is also a type of language used to automate tasks and control other programs. Like when we use if we are using C programming, C language, it is a low level, it is a high middle level language. It is not very user friendly language. So common examples are like JavaScript, C, etc. So the three different level of languages have three different platform where they run. First compiler, interpreter second, and third is assembler. What is compiler? What is interpreter? And what is assembler? First we will talk about compiler. It is a system software that translates the entire source code written in a high level language into machine code at once. Like if we are using compiler, when the whole code is written, after that the code runs. If error are found, they are reported after the compilation process. If we forgot to forget to put some syntax or some symbols, or we have written some invalid name or entry, the error will occur at the end of the compilation process. While the interpreter is defined as a translator uh, that that converts and executes the source code step by step, or in Python it can be said that every code is run line by line. If we are writing a certain program, interpreter checks every line, and then we are able to move to other. If there is an error in present line, it shows error. It doesn't allow us to move forward. This is a simple difference. It has a simple difference than a compiler. While the third and the last one is an assembler. Um, it is a unique type of translator that usually converts assembly language programs into machine code or machine language. Like we earlier discussed that if I have to enter some name, it doesn't enter as it is leave to the computers or softwares, because they can't understand the human language. So the entire string is converted into binary code, zeros and one, and so the assembly language it translate it into machine code, which help them to understand what user want to expect or enter next. So I hope this flowchart represent how compiler works and how interpreter works. So I hope till now you understand what I taught you. Next topic is algorithm thinking. Let's talk about something or some program I want to run. What should I need? First, to run any program, we must have its directions, or if I want to run a program where I have to find a prime number. So how does computer know that entered number is a primary? So we have to give it a step-by-step instruction or procedure so that it can solve or perform a specific task. So algorithm is defined as a finite set of clear instruction to solve a problem. Algorithm should have or must be have characteristics like precise. When I enter a digit or a value, it should give precise output as per my expectation. Next is unambiguous, only one meaning. Yeah, the output should have only one meaning. Next is finite. If I am running a loop or if I am working with loops like for while, the output should be finite. It does not get stuck in loops to create infinite numbers of output. Next is effective. The output which I received should be possible. Like if for an number like 0, it cannot be a prime number. So it does not, when I enter 0, it does not show that 0 is a prime number. The output should be possible to perform. Basically, algorithm is made up of logic plus control. Logic means the syntax or the logic means the idea or the step-by-step procedure, and control means the syntax of the programming language which we are using. Next is flowcharts. Hello guys. So next is flowchart. What is a flowchart? We discussed that algorithm is a set of or a finite set of procedures through which we get ideas to solve a specific problem. In the same way, flowchart is also a type of algorithm, but it uses standardized symbols like oval, parallelogram, rectangle, and diamond, and many more. Here I have discussed some basic or commonly used symbols like oval, oval, which is oftenly used to start or end a process. Next is triangle, a rectangle, denotes a process or operations steps. Arrow flow indicate the flow between the steps. Diamond, diamond shows signifies a yes or no. It is used when Boolean expressions are used. Next is parallelogram. This symbol is used when we are user have to input some user have to input some values or n at the end of output operation. Next, it is a basic example of flowchart where we are give where user reads three input ABC and summation and average. First, start is symbolized with oval. Next, the user defines ABC and gives values of ABC, next, which is stored by parallelogram. Next two are compute. First is compute sum, where A plus B plus C is evaluated in rectangle, and average is also evaluated in rectangle, where sum is divided by 3. Next, the output is printed. in parallelogram, which is represented by parallelogram, and at the last a stop. Stop is also denoted by or use oval shape, as start and stop uses both uses oval shapes for representation. Next, language performance and abstraction. Here we have mainly three different languages which have different level of performance and abstractions in real world applications. Like first is C and C compile, which is a compiling language. It is have 95% speed, basically used widely across the world. Next is C and C plus C hashtag hybrid, which has speed of 75% all across the world. And last is Python, which is a user-friendly language but does not have much speed than others. While slower interpreted languages often lead to fast development cycle, which those languages which have slower implementation has faster development cycle, is more likely used when development process is required faster, like we have to develop in short period of time in that cases. So here our first chapter ends. I hope the topics which I have taught is are clear to you. If you have doubts, I will add my Telegram channel or ID in the description box. You can go and ask me there, or you can directly comment out on this video. So from now we are going to start C programming. Most likely all students may be comfortable in Hindi or English, so I will be using both languages simultaneously, where a topic is slightly tough or difficult. Hmm. So first we will discuss history of the C language. This question is not widely asked in most of the paper, but sometime it is rarely, so we just have to read it out. So this language was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1972. In 1972, it was created at Bell Laboratories. It is originally designed for Unix operating system. What is an Unix operating system? Unix operating system is a system where it gives platform to multitasking, and multiple operations can run simultaneously. Next is next point is it is derived from BCPL and B language, and the and this language C language gives foundation to many languages like C++, Java, Python. These are few examples, but there are more languages which are basically built from C language. So moving to the next topic, we have features of C programming. Uh, Features of C programming consist of: first, simple and fast execution. At, as C programming use compiler, so the program is compiled after the whole code or the whole program is written. Then it is a structural programming using functions. C programs have many libraries like standard library, math.library, string.library, which have very uh, vast amount of keywords or functions which are highly structured. Uh, Next point is it is portable across different systems. As this C is a middle level language, it can be it can be operated on various systems. Next is it supports low level memory access. The memory access or the memory storage for C programming, C language is very less. It uses less space to store. Next point is as I have discussed, rich standard high library supports. C language has vast area or vast amount of library supports. Examples like studio.h, math.h, string.h, etc. for different types of purposes. And last point is highly effective and flexible. It is very efficient or and flexible language. Um, Next, we will see the basic syntax of C program or how C language is used in code. So this is a simple syntax which prints hello world in the output. We will briefly discuss about every keyword used here, like include studio, main, printf, return 0, and brackets, curly brackets, semicolon, everything. So let's move on to the next slide. So we were discussing about common files and headers. First is main function. It is the starting point, or we can say first function to be used in every C programs. Next is header file. Uh, Header files are the file which includes or like if we want to do some mathematical programs, the math.ah header file is used. We just have to use some common functions, then standard input output header is used. Header files are the type of libraries which has many operations or operators which are used in programs, oftenly used in program. Next is printf function. Printf function is used to print the message, integers, characters, etc. And last is scanf function. Scanf functions are used when a program needs a user value. When a program asks users to input or enter a value, then scanf function is used. Moving to the last topic, it's an example. It is a common example of C program where all types of common functions are used. First, include standard input output header dot header. It is a library. It is a library which includes basic functions like integer characters, arrays, arrays, printf, scanf, return. It includes this type of functions. Then main is the starting point of every C program. Next, in this program, A number is a variable where it is defined by integer, as number is an integer value. Uh, this this example you will understand more about more when you will learn about what are variable, constants, operators, different type of operators, different types of data types, primitive data types. um, so now you just see how this code uh, presents, or how a simple code of C is written, where first number variable is defined or initialized by integer data type. Then a printf, a message enter a number is printed. Then it has used scanf. Percentage d, percentage d is used when integer value or integer is initialized. For character we use a percentage c, and this likely for every data types there are different output methods. Then and number, uh, it shows and number. Always remember when we are taking input, this part of the and this part of the code should remain present. Otherwise the input or the enter number cannot interact with your code. Then um, again we have used printf function where a message is dropped like you entered percentage d uses is used because integer is used, and in place of percentage d the number will be displayed which you have entered here. Then the code ends with return 0. 0 is used when the conditions above conditions are true, and it exits the code easily. And then we then we close the code with semicolon. Remember, when you will run this code, the same number will be uh, displayed here. Then for the number which you have entered here. Next is thank you for watching my video. The a quite note reminder: the second chapter we started today has not been completed yet. It will be completed in my next video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you feel free to ask any doubt. As I said, you can directly contact me through my Telegram, or you can just post in the comment. And thank you. Let's soon meet in next video.